Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you today on a Tuesday night. Been on vacation the last few days, about 4 days or so I haven't been able to tap in with y'all and drop any content. Came back feeling a little under the weather, so I'm trying not to cough in y'all ear here. I'll do my best when might have to hit the mute button a couple times, but I do apologize for that in advance. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. We're getting closer and closer to the NBA season. You know, we got media day on Monday, started training camp on Tuesday. The first preseason game for the Lakers on October the 7th against the Warriors. So yeah, man, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. So it's getting exciting. I can't wait. We're right around the corner from this stuff, man, and it's getting closer every day. So we're starting to get a couple news cycles hit, couple some preseason. Some some hype. Some guys are making the rounds with some magazines and media circles and whatnot, and just the hype for the season is starting to build. And Palmdale's own Paul George decided to he shut down the podcast P show, which is a great show, by the way. I rock with it. I love it. I think it's a great show. So shout out to him for that. Really good show. Really enjoyed the first season. But now he's building on that after that season wrapped up, and now he's kind of going and he's putting a story out there, through other publications. And he rocked on with Slam Magazine, and he's got some he has some comments, he has some things he brought up and wanted to talk about. So I want to touch on that. I also did an article about that, kind of the things he talked about, and I was kind of already starting down this path on this article. So when this article came out, it was kind of perfect timing. So I was sitting at the airport, had a layover. I figured I might as well make that wasted time productive. When I was thinking of wasted time, the Clippers just came to mind. So I just, jumped on, started writing that article, and it's out on my Substack now. And I pinned the comment in the comment section at the top. So, not too long of a read. If you got some time, go ahead and check that out and support your boy who's trying to, add writing to his YouTube stuff as well. So let's shout out everybody who's in here early. Then we'll get to the topic here. Ox 1947. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Lakers Fast Break and everyone over there. I believe they're going live later tonight, so make sure to show them love and show them some support. Thanks for pulling up, Joe. Appreciate you. Too Trash. Shout out to you. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Thank you. Knowledge Born. What's going on with you? Yeah, Backpacker Boom Bat Beats. Absolutely. Again, I apologize. A little of the weather here. I do apologize. And yeah, Knowledge, you made it on time this time. Appreciate you. And yeah, Joe, well, we're going to talk some Clippers and talk some Lakers. So we're going to have some fun with that. Let's see. Jeff the Ref. Blow the whistle on him, huh? Here we go. My guy, Sunday, how you doing? Appreciate you showing up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. The Clipper slander needs to continue. Yeah, it's going to continue. It's easy. It's just easy content. A dumpster fire is always fun to report on. Always will be. Devotion. Salute to Jeff and Joe. Yes, salute to you, Devotion. Thanks for pulling up. And obviously, salute to Joe. Joe's a legend over there. Salute to Joe. Again, sorry for the voice and sorry for the clearing my throat and sorry for the coughing. Not feeling too great, but I'm gonna try to knock out this live tonight. Been gone a couple of days and trying to jump back at this here. What's good with you, Dante? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Through the wire, salute to you as well. Thank you for pulling up. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up everywhere here. Who gets hit in the groin in the Warriors game? What's up, hey? Outer, thank you for pulling up. Yeah, they got some nutcrackers on that team, huh? They're gonna be knocking people. Definitely know where you're coming there for real. Blue Magic, thank you for pulling up. Salute to you as well. And absolutely, Laker Fast Break representing. Always will. Always will. Thank you for that. Let's see. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Joe's a legend. Let's see. Reg, thanks for pulling up, my brother. Appreciate you. Make sure to check out The Locker Room, man. One of the best channels on YouTube. Like, this guy's a one-man show. Incredible comedy and informing. It's a smoke show. You can pull up there, and he's ready for whatever smoke you want to bring. Talk whatever trash you want to bring. Reggie is with it. Definitely by far one of the most entertaining people on YouTube. I watch his show religiously. Will always support. So make sure y'all hit up to The Locker Room LA at The Locker Room, and incredible show every night. This guy's been putting in constant work. And like I said, man, literally last summer every night was just watching him, and I've been watching him ever since. So shout out to my man, Reg. Killer channel over there. Appreciate you pulling up and showing support. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Tears of Joy. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing the support as always. Goat James, shout out to you. Salute to you for pulling up. Appreciate you as always. All right, almost here. Salute to you, Problem Child. Thank you. I am. I'm trying. I mean, I was a writer before any of this, so I'm trying to get back to it. And I think I'm continuing to get better at it. I took a break from it, a little rusty, but getting back to it. So check it out and see what you think. Let me know what y'all think about it. Thanks for hosting, Jeff. And what's up, Joe? Yeah, shout out to you, Endorphin. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you. I went to actually it was kind of like a vacation / my niece got married in Vegas, so she lives in Vegas, so we went out there for the wedding. Kind of extended the stay to kind of take a little time away, me and the wife. So had a great time out there. It was fun. Came back. They say whatever happens stays in Vegas, including my voice. So thank God for this microphone and this mixer because I sound horrendous right now without it. Trust me. Southern Comfort, what's up to you? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. High Octane, what's up with you? Take some Robitussin. Yeah, man, I'm taking some stuff, man. It's just gonna take a little bit of time is all. Thank you, appreciate you. All right, so let's get back to the topic at hand here. So the Los Angeles Clippers' very own Palmdale P, Pandemic P, Playoff P, Podcast P, whatever P you want to refer to Paul George as, decided after his podcast to go and do a publication for Slam Magazine talking about, he had hinted at this before on his podcast. He leaked it out there before, but he was saying he was going to get back on his bully shit. And he was going to start bullying people. So he's trying to indicate that he's healthy, he's ready, he's mentally and physically prepared to conquer this season. And, he's saying he's going to get out there and just give it to people, man. That he's coming for him. He said there was a lot of unnecessary chatter, unnecessary talk, slander in his direction. He's basically saying he heard it all. You know what I mean? And he's basically saying he's coming for it. Now, I admire the boldness there, considering a guy who, can't really manage to stay on the court. Like if you look at his games as a Clipper, like, his last 4 seasons, 48 games, 54 games, 31 games, and 56 games. So, that's a lot of talk for a guy playing about, a half season average or, something like that. So it's a little bold for him to come out and kind of drop that type of prediction as far as him be on his bully. I mean, why don't you say he be on his perfect attendance or be on his steady, right? How about just play, be on the court, be available, and then worry about bullying dudes, right? That's what I would prefer. If I was a Clipper fan, shout out to all 13 of you. If I was a Clipper fan, if I was a Clipper front office, if I was a Clippers owner, if I was Tyron Lue, I wouldn't want to be hearing about you being a bully. I want to hear you being prepared to play, being ready, performing, showing up to work, earning a check. Like that's what I would want to hear if I was, in Clipper circles. Not that I'm about to be in my bully, because the only thing you bullying is the Clippers accountants and taking that money, because you're definitely not putting that work on the court, my guy. So, and having said that, I do want to see him back on the court. I do want to see him healthy, and I do want to see him playing well. Obviously, I'm not a Clipper fan, but I don't root for injuries. I don't root for any of that stuff that they got going on over there. I do wish him health, and I do wish him to have a good season. I really do mean that. But for him to go out there and continually say stuff like this, we've heard this before. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but we've heard this before. Remember in the season when he came in and he said that he had 2 brand new shoulders and he was going to give it to everyone. He was going to bully people because he got 2 brand new shoulders. He's going to be straight. Well, that season he missed about half the season as well. So we've heard this talk from Paul George before about he's going to come back strong, how he's going to bully, how he's going to do this, that, and the third, and he has yet to deliver on it. So I think this is a critical season for the Clippers, because let's say Paul George is healthy, right? Let's say he's healthy. And let's say he is on his bully, quote unquote. But it don't mean nothing if Kawhi's not healthy and on his bully, right? Because if Kawhi goes out there and plays 35 games, don't matter how great Paul George is. They're not doing nothing, right? Doesn't matter. So Paul George needs to be on his bully and needs Kawhi to be on his healthy. And I don't know if that's in the cards for the Clippers. I don't know if that's just who they are anymore. I don't know if these guys are capable of playing that many games. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with their power forward situation. Like there's a lot of holes there and a lot of questions with the Clippers, including the fact that not only can Paul George and Kawhi Leonard be free agents this summer, they didn't get a contract extension. They didn't get offered one. And neither did Tyron Lue. So they could be sitting there as the Clippers as we know it, as this team is constructed, be a totally different team, perhaps by as early as midseason. If they're not playing great and if they're not playing well and there's no extension on the table, then one of these guys could get moved. Ty Lue could be let go. I mean, this whole Clipper season, he's worried about being on his bully. But at the end of the day, that team's got a lot bigger problems than that. He needs to be healthy. Kawhi needs to be healthy, and Ty Lue needs to coach this team. So I'm curious to see what y'all think about that. Do you think that's a little premature? Should he get on the court and show people he can play before he starts running his mouth about being on his bully? I mean, I would think so. That's how I'd approach it. I admire the confidence. I admire him wanting to get out there and go back at people that had something to say, notably Devin Booker. He seems to have like this, I don't know what's going on between them two. They just simply don't like each other. So he's definitely trying to get out there and just prove something to Devin Booker more than he's trying to prove to the Clippers. And I thought that to be kind of amazing, kind of entertaining. On top of that, Giovanni Ramirez, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. It's almost Lakers Media Day on Monday. Go Lakers. Yeah, absolutely. Monday. I can't wait. I'll be covering that. I'm excited. I always love Media Day. It's a fun time of the year. Training camp right after that. Preseason right after that. Regular season a couple of weeks after that. So it's the beginning of something special. Monday the 2nd for Media Day. Absolutely. Lakers Fast Break in the house. Salute Jeff and Joe. Yeah, Sky Dweller. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Appreciate you and everyone from Lakers Fast Break. Dante said, when he was a bully before, any days perhaps? Yeah, I mean, he was I don't know about a bully, but he was the best scorer on that team. He wasn't the bully on that team. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He wasn't a bully on that team. David West was the bully on that team. He was the aggressive guy. He was the tough guy. Paul George was the guy who got the buckets, could play defense, but he wasn't the bully on that team. Now he did bully other guys, giving them buckets, but Paul George, like, he never was the main guy on a chip team. That was never going to be Paul George. At best, he's a number 2 at best. So as far as him being on his bully, even on his quote unquote bully, it's still not the best to carry a team to a chip. So his best at his best was in Indy, and he did have a sick year in OKC that year. He was in MVP considerations. There's no doubt about it. We just haven't seen that as a Clipper because he just hasn't been able to play the games. Your cough will go away after this session, bro. Don't even trip. Yeah, I hope so, man. I want my voice back. This cough is not fun for sure. So definitely don't want to do that. I'm gonna try predicting attendance for. Exactly. Predict attendance in your own team's colors, right? So you know how many people go to Clipper games just to watch like the other team, or the Lakers are there. So that's facts right there, Dante, for real. Absolutely, man. What's up, Reggie? Shout out to Paul George just isn't like that. Nice player, but when it really matters most, he never comes through. Facts, Reggie. He's that guy that's like, he's a magician, man. He gets you to the third quarter, like, let's go get these dudes in. Poof, ghost, gone, right? So he's just out of there, man. You count on him, but he's just enough, right? It's like he gives you just enough to want to believe it's going to happen, and then it just happens again. And it's like, how many times are we going to be fooled by this? Like, Clippers going to clip, Palmdale P going to be Pandemic P. When they're in the bubble, clearly, they want to sit here and say that they couldn't wait to get home. They're like kids at summer camp crying, missing their beds and whatnot. The reality is the Clippers were more worried about strippers and wings than were about rings in the bubble. Point blank, period. That's the reality. Let's talk about it, right? So the Clippers want to make it seem like they just weren't mentally in it. They wanted to go home. Nah, man. That was the toughest championship I've ever seen anyone have to win. Shout out to Braun for being the greatest leader in team sports and holding that together, because he absolutely did. And the Lakers 2020 chemistry kicked off in the beginning of that season. They were wrecking shop all season, carried into the bubble. They went into Disney World, snatched the ears out that bitch, and took the chip home. So facts, Reggie. Paul George will always disappear. He'll be that guy that hits the side of the backboard, disappears, and will be crying on the bench, rubbing his shoulder, rubbing his and Kawhi's knees, because that's just inevitable at this point. Way off P. That's another one. Way off P. Exactly, Tujan. Exactly. Chris, my brother, the graphic god, thank you for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you, as always. Salute to my brother right there. Paul George living the life. Superstar money and Towel Boy expectations. Towel Boy George. He knows Cartilage Leonard going to get injured, and he has an excuse. That's crazy. I mean, he did knock up the same stripper twice, right? Shout out to her, man. She came up multiple times. Let's see. Facts, Reggie, man. These dudes are trying to tell him, man. Again, check out the locker room. Trust me, y'all. Trust me. If you find me entertaining, check out the locker room. Reggie's on a whole nother level. Shout out to him, man. Locker room is incredible. Sick ass Ryan. Man, be rabbit up in here, huh? No, but I just find it funny that the Clippers just continue to talk, man. They just continue to talk, but never deliver. So it's like they promise things, they never deliver. They're bad salespeople. Like, they're out here just, writing checks that their ligaments and cartilage cannot cash. They just can't do it. And they want to blame everyone. And then they got this weird dynamic in Clipperland too, where it's like these weird refugee Kawhi fans who, like, first of all, there really aren't a ton of Clipper fans. They're like Laker and Braun hater refugee camp, because it's a Laker Braun hater support group. They're people who hate the Lakers, hate LeBron, and they need someone to root for to beat them. They've latched onto Kawhi. They view him as the dynasty slayer, which is bullshit. He's not the dynasty slayer. He's the right place, right time guy. But they swear he's a dynasty slayer, and they just bet on the wrong horse, and it's driving themselves crazy that the guy that they feel is the almighty LeBron James slayer cannot get it done here on the Clippers for their fake team. So you got that weird dynamic of just non-Clipper fans that are Kawhi fans who will never blame Kawhi for anything. And it's always like Marcus Morris's fault, or it's always like Tyron Lue's fault, or it's always like, like one of the ushers and row 313's fault. It's Clipper Daryl's fault. Shout out to Clipper Daryl, man. The Clipper Daryl curse is a real thing, y'all. Trust me. Clipper Daryl, pay me my money, man. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, man, it's a real thing out there in Clipperland. It really is. And it's going to be interesting. I just don't know what to expect for this year. But for him to talk that I'm about to be on my bully, like, man, you need to be on your clock in, man. Clock in and play. Damn. Jonathan Neely, shout out to you. Thank you for pulling up, brother. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for real. Cartilage. Yeah, they be dropping gems. Cartilage letter. That's a great one, man. They be dropping gems up in here, Reg, for real. But yeah, I mean, it's like Kawhi. Like, I don't even know Kawhi even knows this new rule. Like, I don't even know if Kawhi still think is waiting for newspapers to be delivered that don't write sports sections anymore. Like, Kawhi just sitting back. He don't know who won until the next day. I don't even know if Kawhi has internet. You know what I mean? Like, Kawhi is just, I don't know if he knows anything that's going on. I don't even know if he knows he's eligible for a contract extension. Like, I have no idea. Kawhi is just Kawhi, man. He's in his own little world. So Paul George kind of got to be the one out here talking, right? So it's like, even Russ is probably looking at him like, what are they doing? Like, it's just crazy. So I don't know, man. Like, these dudes out here just wilding. So if they're going to be out here and talking this be on my bully stuff, and they don't even have a power forward, they backed out of 2 trades that they were part of. They lost their GM. It's crazy over there in Clipperland, man. It's crazy over there right now. So I don't even know. They're still hoarding and holding on to a 27-year-old prospect, Terrence Mann, who they refuse to trade for anyone because they feel he'll be someone by the time he's 40. And I just don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. I can't grasp it. I don't know what they're trying to do. A out said Paul George would be a hell of a 6th man on the Lakers right now. Paul, don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. Paul George is a hooper. He can hoop. He's definitely a starting level player. But yeah, he just like my man Red said, he's not capable of being there when you need him the most. Kind of like, James Harden will be out there healthy, but he doesn't show up on the court. Paul George has that same problem. Kawhi will show up to play as far as when he's in the game, but he can't show up physically. But when he's on the court, he's hooping. Paul George can be healthy physically and still fall apart mentally because he's just brittle mentally. He just falls apart. So he can't deliver when it's most counted on, though. On newspapers. I'm telling you, man, Kawhi just sit back there, man. Like, I'm telling you, he tried to, he probably doesn't even realize East Bay's gone. He about to reorder his shoes. He got no place to order from. He still orders from catalogs. Like, he still got a landline with a wire phone, caller ID. Like, Kawhi don't know, man. He still drives the gas guzzler, like that same car he's had like some from the 90s. Like, it's shout out to Kawhi, man. Kawhi is accidentally entertaining. So I do find entertainment value in what he does because he is comedy. But it just amazes me that these guys come in here trying to take over LA, be the kings of LA, put up all these crazy ass billboards, try to give out all these backpacks to LA Unified School District and all these kids mocking the Lakers, like street lights over bright lights and stuff like that. And I'll tell you this right now. Go to almost any elementary school that they gave those backpacks to, and those big ass like storage containers that look like they come over from like ships from China, like when they send things over from China. Every school has those placed outside by their bungalows out here in LA, right? All filled with those Clipper backpacks, man. Those Clipper backpacks, the kids didn't want it. They were free backpacks. Clippers and the parents didn't want it. Free backpacks. They were like, nah, son, we do not want your backpacks. Those backpacks are flooded everywhere. They can't get rid of them. It's crazy. I'm trying to tell you right now. Angie B, what it be like? What's up to you, Miss Angie B? Empire Jeff TV's own Angie B, the capologist. Shout out to you. Thank you for pulling up. Thank you for the continued support as always. I ain't starting George in the playoffs. He's great in the regular season, to be fair. No, I get it. I get why you doubt him. I get why you think he couldn't deliver. I'd still start him if he's on my team, but he probably wouldn't be on my team because that's a lot of money, and it's a to take up a slot on a guy who's not performing. It's tough to do that, and you got two of them. So it's tough. And then you got a guy who, Russ is going to shatter two backboards alone this year without dunking, just off brick layups. So that team, man, it's going to be crazy, man. Absolutely crazy, for real. Cortez, thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Do the Clippers win in 2021 if Kawhi doesn't go down? I mean, that's a good question. They were on a run. They were looking great. They were playing great. I'm going to have to lean on the side of history here and probably say no, just for the simple fact that every time they get to a point where the pressure is at their highest, if their body doesn't betray them, their mentality does. So I would say until they prove me otherwise, that they're just either going to break down physically, break down mentally, or both, and just be like a child throwing a tantrum every single time, because I just don't think they have it in them mentally to get it done. That's just my opinion. Dante said, PG wanted to be in Hollywood to be an actor. Every fourth quarter, he stars in his own movie, disappearing. Yeah, true, right? True. He's just gone, man. And it sucks because he's got the skill. But the mental part of the game, that's what makes Bron so special, man. What's made Kobe so special, MJ so special, Magic, Bird, all these guys, like these killers, these guys that wanted you in crunch time, didn't run from you. That's what made them special, was their will to win and their ability. Like people could say what they want about LeBron. He doesn't have this, he doesn't have that. He's not a closer. And that's crazy to me, because the way he just controls the game at the end of a game, he is a closer. So the mentality and the strong mental attitude that Bron and these other players have separates them from players like Paul George. I think Kawhi does have it. I think Kawhi is proven, because he probably doesn't even recognize the moment. Kawhi in his head is probably just playing NBA Jam, and he's just going up there doing boom shakalaka and just trying to hoop. But the Paul George and those other dudes, they just fall apart quick. Nah, I F with Kawhi too. It's just his fanboys that go overboard. Yeah, exactly. I don't think anyone hates on Kawhi or dislikes Kawhi. He doesn't really do anything to make you dislike him. But you're absolutely right. It's his fanboys, man. His fanboys, again, these are the guys that are anti-Bron people that latch on to Kawhi because that's who they root for. And they're not Clipper fans. They're really not Kawhi fans. They're just anti-Bron people. And that's what they do. And it's crazy. But it does bring some probably unwanted hate and attention towards Kawhi. I don't hate Kawhi. I think Kawhi is an incredible hooper. I want him to be healthy. I want him on the court. I have fun clowning, the situation. But at the end of the day, Kawhi is a killer. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He could hoop, for real. Anyone who says anything against that is probably just hating. Dante is wilding. KD, what's up with you? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you as always. Thank you. If we trade Russ to China, does the wall get finished? Nah, he probably would bust the wall down, man. He's a wrecking ball over. He just destroys things. No, we were supposed to lose. Right? Exactly. Always. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I think in 2021, I think the real question would be for 2021 is if AD didn't get hurt and if Solomon Hill wasn't a bitch and intentionally hurt LeBron, would we have won in 2021? Because our team was positioned. We paid the bubble tax. We started the season 2 months after we won a championship. It caught up to them. And at the end of the day, the real question would be if AD and Bron didn't get hurt, the Lakers would have repeated. So the Clippers have shown us nothing that they could finish the job. The Lakers did show us. Sunday says Bron will to win in the playoffs is unmatched. Yeah, man, he gives it his all. Even this year, in year 20, even in those fourth quarters, he was shooting those threes. He was gassed. I, didn't necessarily love those shots in that situation, but the man was still out there trying to hoop. His ankle still wasn't right. He was still out there trying to hoop. He had a great postseason, and he just ran out of gas. I think this year's team is deeper, and I think as a result of that, that won't happen this year. So that's what I think. A lot of Clipper fans used to be Clipper fans. Used to be Laker fans, excuse me. Yeah, what's funny is that is true. There's a weird pocket of Laker fans who are Laker fans but don't support LeBron James as the Lakers because they feel they're betraying Kobe, and that's just strange to me. Kobe himself, was adamant about loving the fact that LeBron chose the Lakers. He was active in trying to make it happen. He was he showed up to games. LeBron paid there. He was supporting them. He was telling people like he was for it. Like he did everything he could to bless the signing and bless LeBron becoming a Laker. He celebrated LeBron passing him and scoring. So when people try to pin those two against each other, like some Laker fans do, and like say they can't root for LeBron because they're Kobe guys. Like I'm as big as Kobe fan as you will find. Kobe's my guy, 1000%. But that's not going to stop me from rooting for LeBron James while he's wearing the Laker uniform. That's just crazy. How are you going to root against the best player on your own team? Like it's team first, man. At the end of the day, I love Kobe. Kobe was my favorite player, but the Lakers, it's about the Lakers. And I'm not going to root against LeBron James because he's not Kobe. I didn't root against Kobe because he wasn't Magic. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be that Jordan fan that rooted against the next guy like Jordan fans did to Kobe fans, or like Jordan fans did to Kobe. So at the end of the day, respect LeBron's greatness, respect Kobe's greatness, all these guys' greatness, and just let them rock. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who are Clipper fans now because of that, or they became Clipper fans when Shaq got traded, but they're not really Clipper fans. They're just anti something for the most part. Micah, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Salute you. I'd support LeBron. I just don't support the BS that comes with them. But I don't want to get into that, man. Salute, Jeff. LeBron is a Laker. Let's get this chip. Yes. Shout out to you, Mike. And I get it. Bron does have antics. Everyone's got their thing, right? Bron loves to control narratives, a little bit of a control freak. But that's that for someone whose brand is as big as his is. And considering if that's the worst thing you can say about him, he's literally got no trouble his whole career. He's a role model. He's done well. He's a good family man. At the end of the day, some of his antics can be, calculated, and you can kind of see things coming. But at the end of the day, like on the court, the things he does and the things he's given to the game of basketball, we will miss LeBron James when he's gone. And I don't know who's next. Like when MJ was going, you had a kind of understanding that Kobe was next. When Kobe was going, you had an understanding LeBron was there already and was next and current, right? I don't know who's next when LeBron is gone. So this might be the biggest gap between the face of the league and the next face of the league, because we currently do not have one. So it's going to be very interesting to see when LeBron decides to hang it up, who the league rallies around, because that is going to be quite entertaining there. So I forgot to take this off. My fault. Did the whole dang show like that so far. Come on, chat. Point that out, man. No, I'm just kidding. You see here. Let me get back to this one here. Solomon Hill effed up the Lakers back to back, and Lakers would have had parade in the city of Los Angeles. Yeah, we would have been able to celebrate 2020 and 2021 had they not Solomon Hill not done that and had AD not got hurt. But at the end of the day, I just really feel like the bubble tax was real, and you start a season 2 months after you end one. If you think about it, every team that went to at least the conference finals didn't really do anything in 2021. They were taxed, and that's why I call it the bubble tax. It was just too much work, too much time, too much emotional and physical energy spent on just trying to win that championship in the bubble that a lot of those teams couldn't, put themselves back together in time the next season. Lakers in 5, DJ, what up? Thank you for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you as always. Make sure to go support Lakers in 5, one of the best shows on YouTube. Great Lakers content, great dude over there, always entertaining. He hits you with the live stream. He hits you with video updates daily. Puts in a lot of work over there. Been doing it for a long time. One of my big brothers here on YouTube helped me get started early. Shout out to Lakers in 5 and DJ over there. Make sure to check out his show. Incredible show over there. Joseph, my aunt she'd be my uncle, right? If woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Lakers in 5. This is true. They just haters. Facts, right? They just haters. I mean, they hate to us because they ain't to us. Pretty much what it boils down to. Ox, what you talking about? Let's see what we got here. We got a whoa, huh? Now DJ here. Jeff, what do you think about LeBron not getting foot surgery? I mean, was that confirmed? Was that confirmed? Did LeBron say that? Or is that an assumption? Because I heard like mixed reports that he did get surgery, didn't get surgery. I heard that he wouldn't need surgery. He got like a second or third opinion. I don't know if I seen what was that confirmed, like in a credible site or a credible like reporter that said that. For some reason, off the top of my head, I can't think if that was confirmed to be true or not. If the Clippers were healthy, they'd win in 2021. I mean, I'll go as far as to say this: if the Clippers were healthy, and the Lakers were healthy, I think we would have got the matchup that we were robbed of in 2020. And I still think the Lakers would have got him because they have no answer for Anthony Davis, and LeBron was still playing great. Lakers defense was incredible that year. So I still think now if the Lakers would have been hurt and Clippers wouldn't have gotten hurt, then again, they had a chance. But until they show me that they can make it over the hump physically and emotionally, I'm not willing to say they could have or would have won anything because we just haven't seen them, put it together in that time. We just haven't. I don't care about nobody in the NBA enough to dislike them as much as people do Braun. It's weird. Yeah, facts, man. I don't hate anyone anywhere that much. Like I just to use that amount of energy and time to hate as a grown man, to hate another grown man, and then do shows about it, be all over social media about it. Like it's a weird obsession. And I don't know if it's just because like their girls say they ain't shit, like, and they're blaming LeBron because they're jealous of LeBron and their life sucks. And I don't know, man, but I've never seen, and granted, Bron came up in the social media era and he's the first of his kind to do that. So, that's another reason to give him props is that he navigated those waters and that no other player has. And it's just brutal and crazy and kind of annoying. Like, I don't understand how people hate this man so much. I can't wrap my mind around hating another grown man that much. It's fun to talk trash and clown, but these guys are serious. Like they go to bed like dreaming of hating this dude. They wake up before they brush their teeth and they're like, man, I hate LeBron. Like, you know what I mean? It's nuts. It's weird to me. Can't wrap my mind around it, man. Let's see. We got here. That bubble thing, look, people trying to take it away from the chip from the Lakers for that bubble. Half of the reason is because of Braun. If the team won that ring, they would have said anything. Yeah, Micah, facts. The two things that people wanted, the reason why they want to discredit the bubble ring. One, because it was the Lakers that won it. And two, is because LeBron James won it as a Laker. And if you really do think about it, the only people really trying to bash that bubble ring are Celtics fans and Clipper fans. And although Miami lost in the finals, which sounds weird that any of them would bash that bubble because they lost in the bubble, but you got dudes like Big Tone over there going like, you lost anyway, sucker. He's a role player, sucker. You bums, like all that just crazy, retarded stuff that just sit there and call LeBron James a role player and bash the bubble. And you read that one there, didn't let do. No, don't matter, man. Like we beat you. You can't discredit it. We beat you. We beat you. If you're walking up the street and someone come out and you get into it and that dude lays you out, you can't talk to him about his knockout skills. He knocked you out. Point blank, period. So yeah, anyways, it's mostly Clipper fans, Celtic fans, and like 4 Heat fans. Outside of that, nothing, man. Nothing. Braun said if he got it or didn't know, no one would know. Off season, you don't have to report that. Okay, yeah. So it's not confirmed. I like I said, I didn't hear anywhere that it was confirmed. So that's why I was asking. I thought maybe something came out today. We did catch a break from that long layoff. No cap there. Yeah, facts. I'm just trying to tell you though, like the Lakers season ended in late October of 2020. Their season started on Christmas Day against the Mavs. Like that's unrealistic. Like to expect any team that went through what they went through in the bubble to make it to a conference final, to the finals, or win it all, to be ready 2 months later for a whole nother season. It was unrealistic. Big facts, bro. The fellas was cutting it up. Let's see here. If Kuzma had pushed me, I would have given him the Draymond special right there. His tolerance for players like J.R. Smith and fun size Isaiah Thomas, his tolerance amazes me. I got you. Let me see. Shout out DJ. No confirmation either way. Yeah, that's what makes the hypothetical coulda, shoulda, woulda tough, man, because we don't know. We like to think a certain way, and we've seen enough basketball to try to assume. But we don't know for sure. But I believe without a shadow of a doubt that if the Lakers were healthy, they would have won back-to-back. And I do believe until the Clippers show us that they can finish the job mentally and physically, I'm just going to continue to doubt them. But maybe it was just Milwaukee's year that year. Giannis was killing it. They've had multiple great seasons where they've had top seeds, done well in the playoffs and just couldn't get the job done. And it was their year; they got it done. So. I don't know if anyone for sure could have beat them, but I just do believe that the Lakers, if healthy, would have repeated. I do believe that. Get them likes up for Empire Jeff TV one time. Yes, sir. Thank you, Go James. Please, your boy is trying to grow his channel, so please get them likes up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. share the video, turn on those notifications. You know what I mean? I'm trying to grow this channel, man. I got a great community here, got a great chat, getting great support. Like I'm making great progress early in the game here. As far as getting these numbers up. I do need to get my subscribers up. I do need to get my watch hours up. So, people are always asking me, how can we donate to the channel and how can we send super chats? So I can't do that until those subs get up there. So I appreciate those who have subbed and continue to those who continue to, support the channel via the Cash App. It's going along the bottom of your screen there. Everyone always asks how to donate. How can we do super chats? We can't do that yet, but you can donate the Cash App, Empire Jeff. And hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll be able to get the, super chats going and channel donations and stuff like that. But currently, just not there yet. I'm still the new guy on the block, still paying my dues, earning my stripes. And hopefully with you guys' continued support, the channel will get there and we'll be able to do that. So, God willing. Joe says, just creditors and haters are usually lazy assholes who try to convince themselves those who are successful cheated and never work for their success. Yeah, they think because it's not working for them, or it's not coming easy for them, or they don't want to put in the work that they want to discredit the work that other people put in to achieve greatness. They want to take away their hard work. They want to take away, their accolades. They want to take away their sacrifices. They want to take away their glory simply because they're just too lazy to get the shit done themselves. So, you can't hate on greatness because you are weak. You just can't do it. It makes no sense. Greatness should inspire you to be great. It shouldn't make you be a hater. It's just weird to me. Subscribers will come, bro. Keep grinding. Appreciate you. And I'm going to keep grinding. I'm definitely going to keep grinding. Like I said, man, I had to get this vacation out the way. But outside of that, I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to, continue doing the content, especially once the season starts, man. I can't wait. Going to really be doing stuff every day. I'm going to try to get outside of crypto and do some, on location stuff, some pre-game, post-game, maybe in-game. Really going to try to get out there and really take off this year. I really, really want to see that happen. So appreciate you. Would you rather have our bubble squad or what we have right now? Oh, it's a great question, but I'm probably going to go with what we have right now because Dwight is older, JaVale is older, Keith is older. A lot of these guys probably wouldn't be the same. KCP has continued to improve and he's been great, but I really like what we have right now. And I think we have a version of 2020, and this is probably a deeper team than 2020. Biggest thing I want from this team is 2020 chemistry. 2020 chemistry, 2020 brotherhood, 2020 focus, 2020 defense. Give me all that, and we'll have a 2020 chip in 2024. I believe that. If Leonard gets injured this year, I think this could be the end of his career. I don't see him coming back for a mid-level, but based on his injury history, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I think even if he did get hurt and the Clippers didn't extend him, he may just opt into his final year to get that big money deal. Or, someone will sign him. If he opts out and takes, I think someone may sign him to a short-term deal. The talent is still there, but, someone I think would still take a chance. And I think that maybe their medical team is better than the Clippers medical team. I don't know. I think this could be the end of this Clipper team as we know it. I think that, like I said, Kawhi could be a free agent. Paul George can be a free agent. And Tyron Lue did not get a contract extension as a head coach. So he could theoretically be a free agent as well. So this Clipper team, as we know them, could be done and blown up by as early as midseason. If they've got injuries, they make a trade, maybe they move one of them, maybe Ty Lue gets fired during the season. Like this Clipper team may not make it till February. Like they might not. We don't know. We got to see. I'm not saying that's going to happen. You know what I mean? I can't predict the future. I think they got enough talent for that not to happen. But if they're not playing games, if the team isn't responding to Coach Lue, there's a reason they didn't give him that contract extension. And if the team doesn't respond to him and there's some issues, he could be gone. They will fire him before they make a big trade, and they'll see if the team rallies around that. And then if it doesn't, then they could make a trade. But Tyron Lue is in trouble, and they've got to figure that out. And that's another thing. Like Kawhi lovers love to put all the blame on like Marcus Morris and Ty Lue and all these other guys, but they never blame Kawhi, which is very interesting to me. Hit stick step, triple salute to you too, my guy. Thank you for the continued support. I absolutely appreciate you. Thank you. AD needs either defensive player of the year or MVP this season. Sunday, I'm telling you, I think he's coming for both, man. I think AD's coming for everything. I think he's going to have a monster year. It's going to be a revenge season. He's going to make people remember his name. He's going to creep back into that top 5 player in the league. I think AD's coming for defensive player of the year, all defensive team. MVP candidate. Like I think he's coming for everything. All-Star game MVP. Like I think AD's coming. I'm not saying he's getting everything, but I think he's determined to get out there and challenge and chase everything. I think he wants to be a monster. He wants to be a beast. He's 30 years old. It's his time. This is the final stretch of his prime and of his peak. And I think he is coming for it. He looks to be in the best shape. I've never seen him take the offseason this serious. If you listen to Austin Reeves on the Zach Lowe podcast today, you heard him mention about how they had the Bron mini camp in San Diego over the weekend. And he said that everything looks really impressive. And he said he was most impressed with AD's jumper. So if AD has anything close to what he was in 2020 with his agility and be able to pull up, from the elbow line extended, then this Laker team is totally different. Absolutely different. So if AD comes back being able to pop that shot, ooh, man, it's gonna be fun. PG-13 is hella overrated and washed. He'll never get a chip. Yeah, I mean, I think if people are going to try to have PG as like a top player on a chip squad, a top 10 player in the league, then yeah, that's got him being overrated. Paul George is a very good player. He's a good complementary player, a good number 2.5. He's not a one player. He's not the best player on a chip team, not even probably the best player on a finals bound team. He's a very good player, but he's just not, and he's never been that to me. And as he's starting to get a little bit older now, I believe he's 32. Injuries continue to pile. And, if you're trying to say, 32 years old, you've got to talk about going back to being on your bully. That's how you motivate yourself to get out there for that season. Well, then, he's got to stay on the floor, man. He's definitely got to stay on the floor. When are the Lakers going to get the strippers out of the crypto arena, bro? I think this is our last season, if my memory serves me right. This is their last season. I believe the Clippers opened the 2024-2025 season in Inglewood, and they're going to be out of DTLA. They're going to be out of crypto. They're going to have more toilets than any arena in the world, which is good for all the bullshit that they pull. But outside of that, as far as I know, I believe that is when they're going to do it. There go James. I personally think Wood next to AD would be great, and the defense wouldn't fall off. With Reeves, Braun, and AD on the floor, I wouldn't be scared if Wood on the floor. You can put Prince in there too. Well, you'll see that. I just don't think that's going to be the starting lineup. I like Wood coming off the bench to back up Braun or AD. I like bringing offense off the bench, shooting off the bench. And I also did an episode earlier, if you didn't check it out, about how I said that it's possible that Christian Wood could be this Lakers team's version of Miles Turner. Miles Turner's offense has increased and his defense has decreased. And their defensive rating was pretty close last year, if you check it. And Christian Wood has had stretches where he has played very good defense. And but he's had stretches where, okay, he has no one on his team. He was clearly the best player on that Houston team after Harden was moved. He was the second best player on that Houston team at one point when Harden's final year there. And then, after that, he was out there just chasing buckets and wasn't really trying to play any defense, but he's had stretches. If you go and break down his game and you break down portions of the season where he's had full rosters and he wasn't a top 2 or 3 option to eat first scoring, his defense went up. And I think that's what we'll see this year with the Lakers. And he's also never played with the big like AD. So I think Christian Wood has a chance to have a very solid defensive year, a very solid offensive year, and really increase his value around the league. And I think he can have a really strong year. I think you can see Christian Wood being like the Lakers version of Bruce Brown. Like, I think he could be that impactful for the Lakers in the championship run. I think AD will come into the season rejuvenated and fully healthy. He'll be on that time. Yeah, for real. Really that. I really believe that too. I'm telling you, I think he's coming for everything. I really, really do think he is. Hey, Vincent, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the support as always. Thank you. AD has a long way to go if you will condition his body like LeBron. Well, his body isn't like LeBron. No one's is. LeBron is a freak of nature. LeBron has a physical gift from God that God is not giving us another one of. So it'd be unfair to try to compare AD's body to Bron. But AD does have some things that Bron doesn't have. He's got length. He's taller. So he's got some things that Bron doesn't have, but he just needs to be in better shape. He looks like he took the offseason a little bit more serious, which is music to my ears. He looks more serious. He looks ready. And like I said, Austin Reeves is out there talking about how great he looked on the court. Now that's just going to translate into training camp, preseason, and then the regular season, of course. I love PG game, and part of me wish he was a Laker. I think he would style on teams more next to LeBron and AD. He'd be more consistent. Yeah, I mean, I was the point I wanted PG. Absolutely wanted him, and there was a point I absolutely thought he was coming to the Lakers. But when he went over there, he embraced the Clipper stuff and embraced trying to take over LA instead of just focusing on his own team. And then pairing with Kawhi was always hurt. Like, it's been bad luck. That tandem has not worked. I don't know if it ever will. But yeah, it just doesn't seem to work, and it's a bad look for him. And you've got someone who clearly has broken down mentally a couple times over there on the little brother team, trying to be bigger than they are, and it just continues to crumble. I think that leg injury kind of messed up PG and stunted his growth as a player. Yeah, partially it did. It definitely probably has a fear in there, but he's also had some great seasons after that. But he's just fragile. He just continues to get hurt and at the wrong times. But yeah, that was a nasty injury. Now, and just shout out to him and props to him just for coming back from that. Wood offensively is better for me than Turner, but yeah, give me Turner defense. But I'm telling you, if you look about it, Turner had his best offensive year of his career last year. He was solid basically ever since Halliburton got there. He has been solid. If you look at his game last year, he by far the best offensive year of his career, and his defense is continuing to decline every year because he's focusing more on offense. So the Miles Turner, who was the defensive player that everyone was craving, he's not that guy anymore on defense. He's not looking to be that. He's looking to be more involved offensively, so his defense is taking a hit now. Heard the Clippers got poles in their locker room. P-Valley P. That might be true, huh? Hey, Jeff, did you hear about the Joe Harris rumor? I did not hear about the Joe Harris rumor, so if there's something to that, let me know. I didn't hear it. I don't know if he's about to get bought out or what. I'm not sure what that one is. Purple and Gold, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. That arena is for shitters like the team they're rooting for. This is true. Mad toilets in that place. Mad. Kenneth Snell, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. I got to switch over here and see what you put here. Let me see. Okay, not really sure. Can't see it, but thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the even though you're bashing LeBron here with the PED. LeBron is not on PEDs, man. Come on, Kenneth, grow up. He's not on PEDs, man. The DEA came out and cleared the man's name. What else do you need? You're making up fictional stories in your head. Still appreciate you showing up to the show, though. Appreciate you, but yeah, nah, you got cleared, bro. Let it go. I think Seawood help side defense with AD on the floor will increase his block shot numbers, which will be career high numbers and block shots that way. Yeah, I think he has a great chance to have the best defensive year of his career. I really believe that too. Shouts Empire Jeff. I haven't really heard the topic push, but does anyone think that Lakers will attempt to offer Braun a deal? How you doing, Kern Williams? Thank you for pulling up. I did talk about this. I talked about it a couple episodes ago, and I think that the Lakers and LeBron had an understanding that when they gave him that 2-year extension, that the rest would be wait and see. I think the Lakers are focused on big money free agent availability. I think LeBron is focused on his son coming into the league around that same time, and the Lakers may try to do something to make it accommodate where they get Bronny. LeBron stays, but maybe at a lower number. But I don't think LeBron gets another $50 million, even for one season. I don't think he gets that again from the Lakers. LeBron may get a 10 to 15 million to play with Bronny. But I don't believe that I think this is his last major deal from the Lakers. I could be wrong. If Bron comes out and averages 30 points a game and says, I want to play 4 more years and finish my career as a Laker, then maybe that changes things. I'm just going based off today. And I don't think he gets I don't think he gets extended, and I don't think he gets a big deal. I think they wait until he's a free agent. I think they're in communication. I think they understand each other's plans. And I think they're doing what's best for each other. One, for LeBron to try to get Bronny as a Laker, and 2, for the Lakers to get an additional star to pair with AD while potentially still keeping LeBron. I think that's all on the table still. Great question though, because you're right. A lot of people aren't talking about it. Maybe I'll do an article about that. Maybe I'll write something about that, because I have talked about it, and you're right, it's not really catching on. So maybe I'll do an article there. And speaking of articles, if you guys haven't checked it out, I pinned the comment at the top of the chat. Check out the article I did today based on the topic I'm doing the video on today about Paul George claiming to be back on his bully on my Substack. Go and check it out, as well as the other articles I got on there. And I may do that article about Will and why would and why wouldn't the Lakers extend LeBron James. Maybe I'll get on that this week. So that'd be a good story to write. Appreciate you. This offseason, Lakers had the perfect offseason, including social media. Yeah, they've been great. They've been killing it everywhere, everything. They've been doing a great job. And now, Jeannie has done her job. Scouting department has done their job. Pelinka has done his job. Now Darvin Ham and the players have to do their job. and it's absolutely important that they do. And I'm expecting big things from Darvin. I really think he can do some big things this year. I do think that he's going to improve as a coach. I believe he did improve as a coach as the season went on and as the playoffs progressed. But at the end of the day, he was still a rookie coach. I understand he's been in the league a long time. He played in the league, but when you're given the keys to the car, when you've always been a passenger and it's your turn to drive, there are some learning curves there. And Darvin Ham had to go through some learning curves. And I think he's going to be much better this year. He's got a deep roster. That's a good problem to have. But I'll tell you what, more coaches with deeper rosters and more talent get fired than coaches with lesser talent and less deep rosters because the expectations are lower. Now, Darvin is not going to get fired, but at the end of the day, he does have to realize that balancing the minutes, balancing the egos, and balancing the expectations of this very deep and capable team is going to prove to be challenging. So he's going to have to figure that out. Tutran says, Joe Harris may be bought out and Lakers are eyeing him, supposedly. What do you think if that happens? Number one, okay, where did you hear that? I'm curious so I can see how credible that is. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just curious where you saw it so I can see if it's realistic or not. But two, if Joe Harris is healthy, if Joe Harris is a free agent and waived, they might be eyeing him, but I think there will be better players bought out at some point during the season, either after they're traded and bought out or just bought out by the team that they currently have. And I think the Lakers, I think there are a lot more players that the Lakers would have their eye on and would value higher than Joe Harris, just in my opinion. Big time Lakers fans, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate the support. Thank you. People are hating the Lakers offseason moves. I mean, other teams had a chance to sign the same players, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean, the Lakers do bad. They can't wait to bash them. The Lakers do good. They want to discredit it. It comes with the territory. It comes with the royalty. It comes with rooting for the purple and gold. It comes with being the most relevant franchise in the sport over the last 50 years. So it's all relevant. So let me show you something real quick. And no matter what anyone says, like this will reign supreme. Like you could say what you want to say. But at the end of the day, this is what the Lakers look like over the last 50 years. So anyone who wants to say anything, people could talk about the Celtics championships. They fell off a cliff. They've got one chip since like the Reagan era. Like they've got 3 finals appearances since '86. Like the Lakers are the brand or the team in the sport. Like bar none. It's not even close. Over the last 50 years, when you look at this numbers, it's just staggering. It's crazy. It's insane. It's just, you got people already catching, you get people that are catching Boston. We passed them. We've lapped them. So at the end of the day, like people need to respect the fact you can hate on anything the Lakers do. You can discredit anything they do. But this is the NBA championship over the last 50 years. And y'all need to chill with that because respect the Lake Show. Let me see here. Empire Jeff, do you know if Darvin Ham's coaching staff is complete? I know they added DeMarre Carroll, so I believe it's complete. They wouldn't be looking to add anyone this close to training camp. So yeah, I believe as far as believe is that's who they've staffed and hiring. Yes, would I have complete as would I like to see another veteran coach? No, I don't think it's complete from that standpoint. I would like to see a more seasoned veteran offensive coach and someone who could help with kind of like those like substitution patterns and rotations. I would like to see that, but it's not there. But I do think it's complete for this season. I don't envision them adding anyone else. Empire, do you think there will be any sleeper blockbuster trades besides Dame rumors during the season? And yes, I do. I think that I think there could be multiple players traded this season. You got to remember the real tough part about the CBA, the real boogeyman part of the CBA hits next summer. It wasn't this summer. So there's going to be a lot of teams looking to make moves, a lot of teams who got players they don't want to extend, who don't feel they're worth going into the second apron for, teams that are going to have to make moves before, years down the line when their players' extensions kick in. Look at teams like Charlotte, look at teams like Minnesota, look at teams like Indiana. These teams who sign these guys to these crazy, ridiculous extensions, well, they've got a little bit of time before that money kicks in, and they may have to move some guys off their books to make their roster more balanced financially. So I could see a lot of movement this season, a lot, especially if teams get off the slow starts. a lot of movement. There are a lot of buyers because of the play-in and teams having more chances to make the playoffs than ever. And coming up against that new CBA in the second summer of it is way worse than the first summer, and extensions kicking in. So I think there could be some major movement this year, definitely around the draft in this summer for sure. Let's see. I forgot Carroll's on the staff. I still would like Rashid to come to help AD and Wood. Yeah, I mean, I thought, it was pretty much a done deal for Sheed to come last year, and it just didn't happen. I really would have liked him to be here. He'd be great. He'd be great to work with those guys. Absolutely. But I still would like a guy like Rondo on the bench. I think he's just a film room god. And he doesn't take any BS from players. He'll get in their face. He'll call them out. And AD's always been at his best when Rondo's been around. And I just think he has a chance to be an incredible head coach in this league. And I would love for him, to contribute to the Lakers as a coach. And I would really like the Lakers to give him a chance. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know if it will. But Rondo is a guy that I would love to see as a head coach in this league. I think he could be a guy that could really outcoach guys that players would respect, and he could coach for a long time. Absolutely. But the Lakers, this Lakers team, I'm just excited to see. Like I said, I'm super excited about Media Day to see all these new faces, kind of hear what's going on behind the scenes, and kind of hear. We've seen it on their social media. We've seen them, the pictures of them all being at the facility together, all working out together, all putting in that time. They had the Braun mini camp in San Diego last weekend. Everyone showed up. So, I'm telling you, if they can get that 2020 culture down there with that 2020 brotherhood, that 2020 chemistry, then the sky is the limit for this Lakers team, barring injuries. I think they're deep at every position. I think their defense has a chance to be top tier. I think their offense has a chance to creep in the top 10. And the rebounds are going to get better. Their transition defense is going to get better. Their free throws are going to get better. Their blocks are going to get better. Their steals are going to get better. Their overall game play is going to get better. And I'm excited to see the product on the floor. Since July 1st, we've been sitting back and we've pretty much known who they were having. Even though it took until September to sign Christian Wood, I just always felt he was going to be a Laker. Just the options weren't out there for him, and they were just waiting it out. And the Lakers' patience has paid off once again. And I really can't wait to see how this team looks in preseason, and then how the team continues to gel and how they look when the season starts. And if they can keep that brotherhood going and that chemistry going, those 2020 vibes, and if Darvin Ham improves as a coach, which I believe he will, and if there's anything out there that goes wrong, they've got multiple movable pieces starting December 15th that they can make a move to make their team better. And they've got pieces that other teams will want. They got desired salaries. So it's about to be exciting times. It's about to be exciting times in LA. So I'm excited for that. Like I said, Media Day is on Monday. The first day of training camp is a week from today on Tuesday. And then on the 7th, we play the Golden State Warriors in our first preseason game. So from that point on, it's NBA basketball. And I'm going to be, on the channel here heavy. I'm going to really take this season serious. Really want to take advantage of the season and grow this channel, to grow the content, to continue to interact with everyone here. So I'm excited about it. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down for the night. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm kind of losing my voice, a little under the weather here. So I'm going to save my voice a little bit and not go past this hour here. But I do appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thank you for the continued support. Appreciate you pulling up, even though I was gone for 4 days. And I'll be dropping multiple videos this week, and I can't wait to tap in with y'all. As usual, if you haven't already, please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on that notification bell. Please share. And like I said, we're trying to grow this channel. You can find me everywhere on the link up here at the top left at www.linktr.ee/EmpireJeff, which is my Linktree address. Everything I'm involved with, you can find me there. I am on X/Twitter at EmpireJeff_. Here on YouTube at EmpireJeffTV. And like I said, as I always say, you guys can be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. And I'll catch you guys again on the next one. And I appreciate y'all. Hey, D Prince, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate you showing up. Caught you on the way out. Bless you. Bless you as well, girl. Thank you. Appreciate all y'all. Catch you on the next one.